This June is going to be the major astrological turning point that we have been waiting for all of 2025. Since about January, since really we began this year, we've experienced so many transits to both Pisces energy and Aries energy. And wherever you have both Pisces and Aries in your chart, you could have experienced a huge energetic pull there and even some transformation as well. And now as we go into June, we are going to start to experience a major astrological shift that is going to change how we've been experiencing 2025 so far. We will start off the month with most of the planets in both Gemini and Aries, putting a huge planetary focus on those two signs. This month is going to start off very, very fast. Both signs tend to really get along as they're sextiled, and they are both very fast-paced energy. This new change in your life that is going to initiate the first week of June is going to come in very fast, but it's also going to be very positive as well. Gemini energy is very fast as it's ruled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the fastest moving planet in our solar system. And Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, it tends to initiate things and bring things in very, very fast. Another major thing that we will be experiencing at the beginning of this month is the fact that we are going to have both Saturn and Neptune conjunct in the sign of Aries in the beginning degrees of Aries. Throughout the entire month, we're really going to experience both planets going from 0 degrees of Aries up to 3 degrees of Aries. And this is going to bring in a major new initiation for you. You might find that you're going to start a new project or start a new business that is going to usher in a brand new chapter of your life that is going to bring a lot of really good things in for you. The fact that we've experienced so much Pisces energy throughout the entire spring, Pisces energy is very associated with old chapters closing, and Aries energy is all about new chapters beginning. We've experienced the change of Saturn being in the sign of Pisces to Saturn being in the sign of Aries, and this is also going to bring a lot of new karmic beginnings as well. You might find that you've closed out old karmic cycles and you're ready to initiate a brand new one. And the fact that Saturn is now at 0 degrees of Aries conjunct Neptune might have this new beginning be very spiritual and very creative as well. This new project that you begin or this new chapter of your life might be more focused on creative projects in particular. You could find that this new creative project that you'll begin will allow you to step into that new chapter of your life where you will become a very successful artist, a very successful content creator. You might also find that your business itself, even if it's not necessarily a creative business, might have to be marketed and sold to other people in a very creative way. If you decide to launch and start a new business and it has anything to do with something like science and technology, which isn't really traditionally known for like creativity, you might need to tap into your creative skills in order to really market it and be able to sell your product or sell your service. You're going to find that this new initiation that is going to happen in June is going to force you to tap into your creative gifts. And when Saturn was in Aries since about 2023, you could have found that you could have experienced a big karmic change with your creativity. You could have discovered new creative talents or discovered new creative gifts. This is going to bring a karmic new beginning for you. It's closing out of old chapters just to start the brand new chapter. And this for you, again, even if you aren't necessarily a 100% creative person, you still will find that no matter what you create, you will have to tap into your creative skills in order to make it happen. Again, if you work in an industry that isn't necessarily very strictly creative, you might still have to use your creative gifts in order to make things really happen. And that's going to be the themes that Saturn and Aries conjunct Neptune and Aries is going to really bring for you. You might also find that all of the events that really start in the beginning of June is going to bring this karmic creative initiation for you. And it's really going to set the stage for the next 20 years, because this is also the transition that we're going to have from Saturn being in Pisces into going into Aries, and Pluto switching signs as well. It's going to really bring in this karmic initiation very fast, and you're going to really start to see these themes pop up this month. It's all going to begin in June of 2025. You might also find that at the beginning of this month is going to be very important for you because of all of the Gemini and Aries energy currently going on in the sky. Some major thing is going to happen for you. It's going to come in very, very fast. Whatever project that you've been working on since really 2023, when Saturn was first in the sign of Pisces, and now everything has shifted into the sign of Aries, It's going to close out that old chapter, and the beginning of June is going to bring this brand new chapter for you. And it's going to come in really, really fast. The other major transits that we're going to experience of June of 2025 are going to be the fact that we are going to experience Venus shifting from the sign of Aries into the sign of Taurus. Venus loves being in the sign of Taurus. It feels at home in the sign of Taurus. So you might find that you receive more money. You could get a raise at work. Whatever new project that you begin, you could start to receive more money, because the sign Venus is very associated with finances and relationships, and Taurus energy in particular is very known for being very associated with wealth, finances, and money. So this is going to bring in a major new turning point for you, that you are going to have some sort of opportunity to increase your finances, or you'll begin a new product or a business that will allow you to really increase this for yourself. You might find that when Venus enters the sign of Taurus, this is going to start this new karmic initiation for you where you make more money. Then after we have Venus entering the sign of Taurus, we will have Mercury enter the sign of Cancer on the 9th. And this is really going to bring a huge planetary focus on what your home life looks like. Who are you living with? Who are your roommates? What kind of house do you live in? You're going to have more intellectual focus on your home life, your domestic life, what your family looks like. Do you have a partner? Are you married? Do you want to get married? Do you have children? Do you even want to have children? You're going to start to think of these themes more and more often. You might also find that with Venus in the sign of Taurus, at the same time that we'll have Mercury in the sign of Cancer, you might be very focused on either saving to purchase a home, or you are going to have more intellectual focus on acquiring a home, changing homes, something that has to do with homes and who you live with. You're going to have more of a intellectual focus on this, and you're also going to start to gain the tools in order to really make this new chapter of your life happen. You might all of a sudden get a new roommate who allows you to move in with them, and they live in a really nice house, and it changes your lifestyle. You might also be more inspired to create more things around real estate or homes as well. There's going to be a big planetary focus in June around just homes, home life, and who we live with, because we're going to have a ton of planetary focus on both Cancer and Taurus energy. And with Jupiter entering the sign of Cancer on the 10th, this is going to actually make a lot of these themes happen for you. You might start to have a big expansion in your home life. In your family, you could move into a really large house. You might also find that there is going to be a lot of emphasis on who you live with and how you can make your day-to-day life better with who you surround yourself with, where you live, what does your living situation look like. You might also start to take steps to beautify where you live and make it a lot better for yourself. If you're not living in like the best situation right now, you might finally have that spark of luck that will help you really step into that new chapter of your life. You might find that something happens, like maybe you finally get that raise at work. You could have a side hustle that really pops off, and all of a sudden your finances are just increased to the max. This allows you to purchase a new home. This allows you to move into a better apartment. You might also find yourself wanting to move into like a luxury apartment as well, because Venus in Taurus is all about luxuries. You might have more of a planetary focus here. You could have more of a focus on like luxury homes and like living in a very luxurious area, or just having luxurious things surrounding you with, or even just surrounding yourself with more luxurious themes. You could find that you also start creating like a Pinterest board of all the homes that you wish you live in. You could have like a dream home board on Pinterest during this time as well. Everyone is going to be very focused on these themes throughout the entire month of June. And on the 17th, Mars is going to enter the sign of Virgo, and this could really bring a new initiation for you as it pertains to like legal contracts and reading like the little nitty-gritty details of everything. If you've been really focused on like your home life, maybe you even switched apartments or switched homes during the month of June, like the middle of June or early June, you might find yourself signing a contract. You could sign a new lease on a house. You could purchase a new home and have to sign like a mortgage agreement. You might have to do one of those things as it relates to where you live in your home life. You might have like a roommate agreement, or you could have some sort of like legal contract that has to be written and you have to actually create it. The fact that Mars is going to be in Virgo is going to really allow you and give you this new energy boost that will allow you to really read the details of what you're doing, what you're writing, writing. And you might find yourself like also reading like things like leasing agreements. Again, because Mercury is going to be in the sign of Cancer at the same time that Mars is going to be in the sign of Virgo. You might find yourself having more intellectual focus on homes and home life as well, while you are now given the power to really read the nitty-gritty details of everything. Mars in Virgo is all about communications, but it's also very detail oriented. Just like Gemini, Virgo is also ruled by the planet Mercury, but Virgo is more into the details. It's more about making sure everything's spelled correctly. It's making sure everything looks good. It's making sure everything is punctual and correct. And Virgo is also an earth sign. It's a mutable earth sign, so its approach to communications is way more practical and detail oriented than Gemini is. Gemini is an air sign, so it's a lot more social focused. Virgo energy is a lot more practical details. It's like writing an entire book. That's very Mercury and Virgo. Writing a practical, like physical book, that is very Virgo energy. You might also find yourself having to read hard copies of things. Like you might have to read like stacks of papers or read like a physical book. That could be coming in for you sometime this June. If you're not a huge like avid reader, you could find yourself all of a sudden reading actual physical books. That could be coming in for you. And you might also find that the shift in energy from being so focused on like Aries energy and Pisces energy that we experienced in the spring, this new earthy and watery energy that we're going to have in June is going to bring in a brand new chapter for you. And especially because Jupiter will now be in the sign of Cancer, which is really a major astrological transit, which only happens about once every year. We experience Jupiter changing signs. You're going to have a big new focus on a new area of your life that's going to be different from what you experienced in 2024 through about last month. We're going to experience a major shift into our home life, our emotions. Things are going to be more focused on women as well and our mothers. We might be more focused on our mothers during this time and developing a better relationship with them. That could be more of a focus when we have Jupiter in Cancer. You might also find that if you don't own a home right now, you could start finally having the motivation to save up and purchase one. And again, that it has a lot to do with the fact that Venus is going to be in Taurus and we're going to have Mercury in Cancer for most of June. So it's going to be a huge intellectual focus there. And Venus and Taurus will allow you to make this happen. You might also find that because Mars is going to be in Virgo, you're going to have more motivations to read things very detailed. And you might also be more focused on the details of everything right now as well. And like reading physical books or reading physical agreements about stuff. You might not necessarily be more socially focused during this time, be a lot more practically driven. And the themes that really start now in June are going to really set the stage for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. And especially because we're going to have Jupiter switching signs, it's going to really just put a new emphasis on that area of life for you. If you want to find how this is going to affect you personally, I'm going to go through all of the rising signs. However, be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising to gain a full picture of how this will affect you. Aries Risings, throughout the entire month of June, you might have a large planetary focus on your home life. You might also have the new opportunity to purchase a home. If you do not currently own a home, you will now most likely start to have opportunities come up that will allow you to purchase a home and expand your home life as well. You might also find that starting on the 6th of June, you could receive a large raise at work or start a side hustle or a new business that allows you to really increase your finances. And with this increase in your finances, you might finally start to have the motivation and have the skills and the tools in order to really purchase your dream home. You might also be able to save up enough money to actually really start a family, and you might find that you'll be able to purchase your dream home or build your dream home and start to grow and expand your family. You might also find that after the 17th, you in particular are going to find that you're going to have more planetary focus on your day-to-day routine and your work life. You might also start to work harder in order to really get that raise or get that increase in your earning power through like your own business or a side hustle that will allow you to really increase your finances. You might find that throughout the entire month, you might be working harder in order to make this happen for yourself. You might all of a sudden get like an opportunity to either purchase a home or get into a better living situation. And in order to achieve that thing that you really want, you might start to work harder in order to make more money, essentially. And you might also experience some sort of new beginning as it pertains to how you view yourself. You might look at yourself in the mirror and start to realize exactly who you are, how other people perceive you, and you might start to really begin to step into your own power. Throughout the month, you could also start to have more opportunities to do social things with friends. People could also give you more opportunities to network with them in order to grow and expand your network of people. And this might also help you when you're trying to make more money or increase your earning power. And your social network expanding might allow you to really do this. You might also find that now is a really good time to start a sales project if you've ever done that before, because not only will you have Venus going through your second house of Taurus, but Pluto in Aquarius is really giving you new opportunities to start networking with really, really powerful people in your life. Or if you start working as a real estate agent, or if you start working in like luxury sales, you might be really successful and might even make like really large monetary gains for yourself. And as a result, you might find that you yourself will have the opportunity to live in kind of like a luxury home. And you might find that you'll be able to really grow and expand your home life and what that looks like for you. Taurus Rising, you are going to be experiencing a brand new beginning as it relates to who you are all by yourself. Throughout the past year, you could have really experienced what it's like to really be in the spotlight. And as a result, you could have made large monetary gains from this. Like you could have had viral videos, very successful music, very successful with your public image that has allowed you to really increase your finances. And in June of 2025, you might find yourself really just wanting to be alone. You'll experience a new beginning with yourself. You might find that because your public image is so inflated right now and everybody kind of knows who you are or put into a new position of power at work, you might decide to kind of start this new chapter of your life where while you are in the spotlight, where you are in the public eye, you might want to spend more time by yourself. And spending more time by yourself might also give you new opportunities to really grow spiritually. You might find yourself more interested in things like astrology or tarot or numerology or some other occult theme and really expand your spiritual gifts. You might really start getting more interested in astrology, particularly to help guide yourself through exactly what is going on in your life. You might find that your spiritual gifts are growing at this time, and you could also find that your own creativity is growing as well, especially because right now you're really in the public eye, and that's going to be a theme that you're going to be experiencing for the next 20 years. You could find that you're going to start to have more creative gifts, and you could begin to have like more visions or like realizations when you're really all by yourself. And once we hit about the 10th of June, you might start to realize that social media in particular might be a very powerful vessel for you. You might already have some sort of elevated persona in the public eye right now, or you could have gotten like a major promotion at work, and you might really start to see the benefits of sharing your life on social media, even if you're completely alone. And you could also find that company that you work for might really benefit from posting more on social media. Like if you've just gotten a big promotion at work, you might become more interested about social media and sharing things about your company on the platforms in order to really help it succeed. Even though you're spending more time alone, you might find that this expansion in your own creative gifts and your creativity will allow you to have more realizations and more ideas about how to really tap into your public image and what you can really do utilizing the power of social media. Especially after the 17th of this month, you might find yourself really being creatively inspired as well. You might find that by utilizing your public image and sharing your image and sharing who you are on social media, you might be able to not only benefit yourself, but really benefit others as well. And you might also feel like you can really help people. You might find that throughout the next 20 years with Pluto and Aquarius, you're going to be more and more in the spotlight. You could even be a major name in the next 20 years. However, in order to really get there, you might find yourself spending more time by yourself, creating things, having very intense, vivid, creative ideas and really tapping into social media in order to make your dreams come true. Gemini Rising, June of 2025 for you is going to be really focused on your own personal earning power. You could have recently had kind of like a new beginning with your social networks and who your friend groups are, what your social media presence looks like, and how other people perceive you. And someone in your network could start to open doors for you and give you opportunities to really increase your earning power. You might find yourself starting a new side hustle or starting a business that allows you to really grow and expand your earning power. You could start a new business that really has the opportunity to make very large sums of money. You could have an amazing business idea at this time as well. And Gemini Rising, you might also feel that events that happen in June of 2025, specifically during Gemini season, will set the stage for you for really the next year with your own personal earning power, how much money you're making, what steps you can take to really get there. You could also have some like really visionary ideas about like what you can do in order to make more money. Again, you could create an amazing product or a service or have like an idea to do so. You might have a really great idea for a product that could eventually go viral on social media. And again, right now you have a lot of planetary focus on something that could potentially be very successful in like social networks or like large groups of people. So like you particular, if you create like a product or a service or some sort of money-making venture around social networks, Gemini Rising, you'll be very successful. And you might find that you could have some sort of like new creative idea here as well. Like maybe you have a creative idea for a brand new social media platform or even like a music platform like Tidal or like Apple Music or something like that. You could have like some sort of like idea to create a product for people or a service for people or a platform for people in order for yourself to really increase your earning power. Something is coming in for you like that. And you might also find that after the 17th of June, you could start to spend more time at home alone and also kind of focusing on these themes as well. Maybe you decide to work for yourself and start your own business around this new idea and you start working from home, and it gives you the opportunity to really be able to make something that is very, very successful. Cancer Rising, the month of June for you is going to be the initiation of a brand new chapter of your life. You might have a very karmic new beginning as it relates to your public image and who you are in the public eye. With both Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries right now, you might have a very major creative new beginning for yourself. Something might happen in your career. Maybe you get a sudden opportunity. Maybe you get a movie deal or a music deal. Maybe you finally get signed to a record label. There's some sort of major creative project coming in for you, Cancer Rising, that is going to change the trajectory of your career as well. And it's going to be very karmic. You might also find that this entire month is really going to set the stage for you as it relates to who you are in the public eye, and you might find yourself getting pushed more and more into the spotlight. With Jupiter in your sign of Cancer starting after the 10th of June, you might also find that people are going to really start to recognize you for your appearance. Even if you're doing a lot of creative things in the public eye, people might just really like the way that you look, which will help you with your public image. You could go viral for your photos. You could go viral for just filming yourself and posting it. Something that relates to your appearance, people will start to celebrate you for this. You might find that people are going to celebrate you for just your appearance alone, even though you're doing creative stuff in the public eye. So it's like this combination of being very successful in the public eye, but then other people are like, oh, this person is like really hot. I really like them because they're really hot. That type of energy. Like you might be creating stuff, but then people just really like you as a person. You might also find that at this time, doors start to open for you, Cancer Rising, that will allow you to network with more people. And this could be creative people. This could be people who are photographers, videographers, music producers that help open doors for you. And you might also find that this time for you, Cancer Rising, June is going to be a time where you have the opportunity to increase your social media presence as well, especially with Mars going to be in the sign of Virgo after the 17th and Venus transiting the sign of Taurus starting after the 6th. You're going to be very successful on social media platforms. Again, you could start this creative project, and even if it's in the mass media, it might really affect you on social media. People could be making edits of you, people could be talking about you positively. You might find that you're gonna have a major focus on you in the public eye, and people are really gonna start to celebrate you and love the way you look as well. Leo Rising, June of 2025 for you is going to be very focused on travel, your career, and how you can make more money. You might also start to enter a new chapter chapter of your life where you might decide to spend more time by yourself. You might also find that you have more luck when you're just by yourself and nobody else is there. You could be able to think a little bit more clearly, or just better things happen for you when you're by yourself. And that could be because you are now more focused on things in the public eye throughout the entire month. And you might also be watching more travel videos online and coming up with ideas that will allow you to really become successful as it relates to your public image and travel. You might also have some sort of like new career breakthrough as it pertains to travel specifically. Even though you're by yourself, you might start to have like really cool ideas for like doing travel vlogs or like travel videos that will really change the trajectory of your career. You might also find that you're going to have more karmic experiences as it relates to travel as well. And because Jupiter is in Cancer, you might find that you could decide to start traveling by yourself in order to make something like content or create a creative project around travel in some way. You could work for somebody and want to make like advertisements around travel for a country. You could have some sort of idea like that, and it might even come to you in a dream. Like you could have some sort of like spiritual thing happen where you receive like information from the universe and you're like, oh, I should do that because that will help me with my earning power, and I have this cool idea and I'm going to be in the public eye for it, but like it's going to be really cool and I think it's going to be really successful. Something could happen for you just like that, Leo rising. And after the 17th of June, you could find that you have this focus on increasing your earning power in this way, and you could start to really focus on like travel and how you can really tap into travel in order to make more money and increase your finances, and like what kind of things you can do around travel and creating things around travel in order to become more successful. You might also find that if you have friends who live in different areas, like say you have a friend who lives on the East Coast and another one on the West Coast, you could start to post videos and photos of yourself traveling and seeing your friends. And you could even be doing this solo as well. Like you might not necessarily be vlogging with anybody else. However, it could be really successful for you, Leo rising. Virgo rising, the month of June for you is going to really start to shift an energy that you've experienced since about this time in 2024. Since about June of 2024, you could have experienced just a huge inflation in your public image. You could have gotten movie deals. You could have been in the media. You could have been trending on social media. You could have gotten a major promotion at work that could have led to a ton of visibility. There was something that happened for you starting in June of 2024 all the way through May of 2025 that has put you into the spotlight and put you into more of a managerial position at work. And now that we're going into June of 2025, and since it's been about a year since you've been experiencing this, you're going to start to see a shift in your day-to-day routine, and you're going to start to see a shift in how you're being perceived and recepted by the public, basically. You're going to start attracting more allyships into your life who are going to like you for you. These new people who enter your life could invite you to parties. They might follow you on social media. You might start to expand your network on social media, and people could have known who you were last year, and now is the time that doors start really opening for you. You could have been hustling last year. You could have been really, really working on yourself. And now this year, you're going to find that those doors of opportunity just start opening for you and expanding for you. You don't necessarily have to be in the public eye 24/7 anymore. It's more that people are going to just start reaching out to you because they like you for you and they want to be around you. Like they like being in your energy. They like being in your presence, and they could start inviting you to parties. You might also find that these people could help you with your career in the public eye as well. You might start attracting people who are like photographers, videographers to really help you create more content about yourself as well. Or if you are doing it more in like the 9-to-5 job and you got a major promotion at work, you could start to grow and expand your team. Maybe you start hiring more people. Maybe more people start entering your life as well and start to help you do things in order to achieve more in your life. Something's going to change for you, Virgo rising, that's going to bring this new positive shift in your life where you won't need to be hustling as much, and you're going to find that more people are going to start reaching out to you. You might also find that you'll have some sort of karmic new beginning as it relates to your work life, as well as how you're tapping into other people's resources. You might find with all these new people entering your life, you could find that somebody is going to reach out to you and help you start like a new business that will allow you to really tap into other people's resources and make large financial gains. This could be a product, this could be a service, this could be content creation in some way that really allows you to make large financial gains. Again, because last year you could have had just a lot of emphasis on like who you were as a person and your managerial skills. Now you're going to be growing and expanding your networks, and you're going to also find that you're going to receive some sort of karmic new opportunity that's going to allow you to really make more money as well. And you could also find that starting on the 17th, all of the stuff going on with your career right now, you could start to really go through a glow up that will last the next 2 months. Libra Rising, June of 2025 is going to be your breakthrough moment. Something is going to happen for you that is going to bring this new door of opportunity that is going to put you into the spotlight and have you recognized for your creative work. You might also find that now in June of 2025, something's going to happen for you where you're making content, you're making music, you're on a TV show, and you start to really pop off. Like, people really like you right now. And especially after June 10th, you might find this really starts to happen for you. Something really positive is about to come in for you, Libra Rising, where you're in the spotlight. You find that people either want to be your best friend or want to be with you. They're going to like you both romantically and platonically. You could also receive more invitations to go and party. You could start having a lot more fun. And you could start attracting people into your life who find you really attractive as well. You could start to meet people who start opening doors for you. And you could start to form partnerships that allow you to really step into this new period of your life. You might find that these new people who enter your life are photographers, videographers, creative people in some way that will really help you with your presence, and it will help you really reach that new level of your life. You might also find that all these new people who enter your life will help you reach that new level. Like, you'll be like very much in the public eye, and June is just the beginning of this for you. However, it's also important to note, Libra Rising, you will also start to attract some jealous and envious eyes as well as hidden enemies. Sometimes when people are put into the public eye, other people might become kind of envious of this. So it's important to protect your energy in particular. However, you might only experience the envy in like June, July, and even early August, really just the summer. And then after that, it's kind of like smooth sailing for you. But right now, you'll be more put into the public eye and you'll have more success with your career in particular. You could become a public figure, you could get a major promotion at work as long as it's in a creative field. You might find that you become a creative director or start your own company that's very creative based. You could even work in the entertainment industry as a high executive. Something like that will happen for you, Libra Rising, that will really put you into the spotlight. And while you could experience this envy from other people in the first few months of this, things are really going to start to get really smooth come the fall and into 2026. By 2026, things are going to be really popping for Libra Rising. Scorpio Rising is going to be a major pivotal moment for you for your work life. You might have some karmic new beginnings as it relates to your work life and what it looks like for you to have a creative job. You might find that throughout the past year and really just like early 2025, that you have been way more focused on what creativity looks like for you in your day-to-day work routine. Are you doing content creation? Are you doing content creation for a company? Are you creating things for a company? Are you marketing something for them? How are you tapping into your own creative skills and how this relates to your work life? And you in particular will be more focused on your creativity at this time as well. And especially because Saturn is going to be conjunct to Neptune in Aries and the North Node is in Pisces right now. For you in particular, Scorpio, you're going to be so focused on your day-to-day work life and your creativity and what that means for you. You might also have a karmic new beginning around this as well. Throughout the past month, you could have had some different challenges with the people who you worked with or like authority figures as well. And you could have had some very intense experiences during the past month and even into early June. Like, you could experience some very intense things with your coworkers or your bosses, and you could experience a major transformation throughout the entire month of June where you're going to be put into a position where you need to lead people. You won't be necessarily working for anybody else anymore. You're going to be put into a position where you need to initiate and you need to lead. And that is what Saturn in Aries is going to do for you. You might have been in kind of like a toxic work environment resentment, or maybe you were experiencing power struggles. However, Saturn in Aries for you wants you to be the person leading people karmically. It doesn't want you to be behind the scenes. It wants you to be out in front and leading other people and kind of helping other people as well. So you might find that, especially with Jupiter in Cancer right now, you could start learning new karmic lessons that will allow you to grow your wisdom and kind of navigate the situation. You might all of a sudden get some sort of promotion at work where you have people working for you now. You could experience some intense experiences where it puts you into a position where you have all the autonomy and you don't really work for anybody else anymore. You could be your own separate entity. You might also find a lot of luck with this as well, and like positive things could happen for you. You might also find that you receive more opportunities to travel with work, and you could have like business trips that you go on, or you start traveling around more and more often in order to create something for people. Again, this could be content creation. This could be going and taking video and doing interviews for people. You could be doing a lot of travel at this time as well. And it's all related and ties back to your work life and how you're gaining more autonomy over your work. And not only this, but you're now going to be leading people as well. Sagittarius Rising, June of 2025 is going to bring a karmic new beginning for you as it relates to your creativity and what that looks like for you. You could have some major karmic new beginning and breakthrough coming in for you, especially at the beginning of this month. And you might also find that this has something to do with social media. Maybe you have some sort of major creative breakthrough that leads to a bigger following on social media, or just more attention on social media in general. People could start to find you on social media. If you've been hustling since January with Pluto currently in Aquarius, you could start to see this major transformation for you, and you could start to tap into your creative gifts in order to make your dreams a reality. You might also find that you could have dreams at night, like quite literally when you're sleeping, and it inspires you, and you also receive more spiritual messages about what you should be creating during that time as well. And this month for you in particular will bring a major shift in your own earning power. You could start a new social media venture that leads to large financial gains. You could create a product. This is giving being on TikTok Shop and creating your own product. This is giving creating a product on the internet that goes viral, and all of a sudden you make large financial gains from that, Sagittarius Rising. You could also find that whatever ideas you have this month will lead you to making more money in the long run. Something will come in for you, will allow you to really receive this. You might also find that after the 17th, you're going to be working harder on your public image. Like you might find yourself working harder to be put into the spotlight in order to make more gains, essentially. You might have better financial gains. You might find that by putting yourself into the spotlight, you'll be more successful financially. And especially with the new business venture that you start going on, you might find that by putting yourself in the spotlight time and time again, you'll be more successful in doing so. Capricorn Rising, this month for you is going to be a pivotal turning point in your life. All of a sudden, starting after the 10th, you might be more attractive to other people, and people might start entering your life in the masses. You might find that you won't be able to walk down the street without other people finding you really attractive and asking for your number. People could also be sliding into your DMs randomly. People are going to find you really attractive right now, and you might find that so many people start entering your life to be a potential marriage partner, to be a potential significant other. They might really like you at this point in time. You might also find that you start attracting more partnerships into your life as well, or just people who want to work with you. If you've been more focused on how to increase your earning power with Pluto and Aquarius right now, when Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer after the 10th, you're going to start attracting more positive relationships into your life that can make those dreams a reality. This is giving music producers or photographers, movie directors, somebody entering your life in order to really make this happen and make this a reality for you. You might also find that you could receive more travel opportunities, especially after the 17th. You might have more opportunities to go on a major business trip where you meet lots of people there. People will also find you really attractive when you're there as well. And when you're traveling around, especially after the 17th, you might find that people will start entering your life like moss to a flame. Like they really, really like you, and they also want to hear what you have to say. You could also also find that you have better relationships with work as well, Capricorn Rising, and you start attracting more women, especially into your life during this time, and they really like you. Like, you might find that women start being very attracted to you, either platonically or romantically, and want to enter your life in order to help you with your business and help you increase your finances even more. You might also find that you have more favorable relationships with women in the month of June, and you also start having better relationships with your coworkers as well. And not only will people find you way more attractive, but they will also want to help you reach the place where you want to be. Aquarius Rising, in June of 2025, you're going to have a major transformation. Something is going to happen in your life that is going to change it for the good. You might have experienced sort of like a transformation with your appearance, and now you could be experiencing this transformation affecting all aspects of your life. However, whatever you are doing is going to be very lucky. Like, something is going to come in and change your life and transform it, and it's going to make it better. Like, something good is going to come out of this. Like, it's not going to be negative, it's going to be positive. You might also find that you could receive a raise at work, better relationships with your coworkers. Something positive for you is going to happen. You might also find that your day-to-day routine, you start romanticizing it more, and you could start to take way better care of your health. You could also find that there's going to be a change in your creativity, and especially come July or like late June, you're going to start to change the things that you create. Like, you might start to go through kind of like a creative innovation where you change your process for creating things. You could go through a period of creative rebranding, or you could all of a sudden out of the blue start creating things that like you didn't realize that you could do. Like, maybe you start discovering new talents and gifts. Like, maybe you learn that you can sing. Maybe you did it when you were younger, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I can do this. And you remember that you can do it. Something very positive is going to come in for you. It's going to be transformational. It's going to be a change, but it's going to be very positive for you, Aquarius Rising. Like, something good is going to happen to you, and it's going to come in, and your life is going to get flipped upside down, but in more of a positive way. And sometimes change can be difficult. Not everybody really likes change, but when it's in this manner, something good is going to happen. Again, think better relationships at work, better work life. You could get a promotion. You could have just like a better day-to-day routine. You could have really, really good health at this time as well. You could all of a sudden start a new fitness regimen, and you become very, very fit, and everybody really recognizes you for it. This is giving being like a content creator online who's like a fitness influencer, like that type of energy. You might also find, Aquarius Rising, that with the North Node transiting Pisces, this could also increase your finances and bring more money into your life, but more so in the fact that you could be making more money. This change that's going to happen this June for you is going to be positive. And again, this is giving like promotion at work type of deal where you also get a major raise. Something like that is going to come into your life very fast, and it's going to be a more positive change. Pisces Rising, June of 2025 is going to be very positive for you as it relates to your romantic life. Not only will Jupiter be entering Cancer, but you're also going to have a lot of planetary focus on Virgo as well. So people are going to find you really attractive. You could receive more invitations to party. You could find that people want to be with you or be your best friend. They're going to be like, oh, this person is like X, Y, and Z. I really like them. I want to be with them type of energy. You might meet new best friends. You could meet new friend groups. People could really be into you right now. And you could just take it as a compliment because people find you really hot at this point in time, especially with the North Node in Pisces, your home sign. Like, people think you're really hot right now. Like, they really like you. And you might also find that you receive a ton of invitations to go party and have fun. Like, people could be coming out of the blue and be like, do you want to go to my party? Do you want to go to my music event? Do you want to go backstage? You could find like a lot of things are going to happen for you like that. The only thing, Pisces Rising, is be careful not to get influenced by others to start taking substances or drinking a lot or anything that involves anything like that. With Pluto and Aquarius right now, throughout the next 20 years, you're going to have more of a energetic pull towards things of that nature, or just be put in more situations where there could be substances involved or alcohol involved or something like that. My advice to you is to not do that and stay away from those things, because especially starting in June, you're going to start getting a lot of invitations with Jupiter and Cancer. Like, a lot of people are going to reach out to you. They're going to think you're really hot and want you to do a lot of things and go to their parties and stuff. But remember to just stay away from anything like substances and alcohol, because Pluto in Aquarius can indicate that you could have more of an addiction to these things during this time. So be very careful about your choices, make good choices. However, you can still like enjoy the party. However, you have to remember that Pluto in Aquarius could bring some like negative behaviors in your life. Just make sure that you stay on the positive track and take all the opportunities as they come to you, but make sure to really prioritize your health, because when you have a lot of people thinking you're really attractive and want to be with you or like be your best friend and start inviting you to parties all the time, it can be very easy to slip into these addictive behaviors and addictive habits. However, if you just kind of go and have fun, you won't have all the negative effects of that. In fact, you could be more of like the parent of the group where you're taking care of other people instead of getting roped in and tied into these things. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new videos every single week.